Good afternoon and welcome to Palmer, Alaska. Alaska Baseball League action coming up in a few minutes. This is Dr. John Groth on the pregame show. The teams have warmed up. They've hit on the field. The weather that we had the last couple of days has cleared out. We got rained out on, I guess it was Thursday. And we off yesterday. So it's been a couple of days since the Nooks actually played some baseball, but we got a busy week ahead. We'll highlight that during the broadcast. Doubleheader on Sunday, tomorrow in Anchorage. Today, it's a single night against the Matsu Miners. And the Chinooks come in fourth place. They're 9-11, 5-5 in their last 10 ball games. The Matsu Miners 6-4 in their last 10, and they come in on a loss. They split a doubleheader. They're coming in after their series at Kenai. Every team will have to go to the Kenai Peninsula and play the Peninsula Oilers for 5 games. The Nooks, they have saved that for last. Our last 5 games in ABL play this summer in regular season play will be at Kenai. So the Oilers, or the Miners, just got their trip under their belt, and this will be their first game back after splitting a doubleheader on Wednesday. And so both these clubs coming off of a loss in today's ball game, and the Nooks trying to get back in their winning ways, having their 3-game winning streak snapped by the Anchorage Bucks by a score of 8-6 on Wednesday. And so today it's the Miners in Palmer. We traveled to Palmer 5 different times. This is our 3rd time to come up, and we'll have a couple of more opportunities to come up here. Probably as picturesque a background other than the Chugiak one. You can see that and today it's not as clear as what that picture shows on your screen right now. Got cloud cover, and we're right at 61 degrees, which is pretty comfortable, but we're still well below normal. Normal temperatures this time of year in Alaska, mid-60s and close to upper 60s. So it has been a cooler and wetter summer than in recent years, for sure. In some cases, record cool. But anyways, these two teams come in trying to get back on the winning side of things. Let's walk you through the lineups as the umpires come to home plate and get ready to play baseball. For the Chinooks, led by first-year head coach Tim Cole, here's the Chinook lineup as we look at today's ball game. Leading off is the catcher, number 12, Austin Young. Batting second baseman, Ryan Linagio. Batting third is the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. Batting cleanup for the Chinooks, designated hitter, Blake Wilhoit. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Ryan Matheson. Batting sixth, shortstop, Tommy Rover. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Ty Beck. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Braden Broom. And batting ninth for the Chinooks, center fielder Mike Kelly. On the mound for Chugiak will be Jacob Holtz, right-handed sophomore from Calvin University. And the Miners are led by fourth-year head coach Tyler LeBrun. Tyler and Coach Cole and the 3 umpires. Good to see 3 of them there today. We've had a couple of games this summer where we've only had a couple. And so 3 umpires and the 2 coaches going over the ground rules right now, just reminding everybody. They do have a new umpire that's arrived a few days ago, so I know once everyone's heard the ground rules a few times, probably don't have to go over them. But today, Tyler's going over the ground rules. They do have some unique features here at Herman Brothers Field around the dugouts, as balls might go in there, and there are areas that are deemed dead ball, others live ball area. But no other ballpark have I seen in America with more foul territory than this ballpark. I mean, there is probably 70 feet of grass, 60 feet of grass between the foul lines and the warning track. And that's all the way from foul pole to foul pole. So a lot of foul territory. The pitchers love it. The hitters hate it because those pop-ups that go off to the side of first or third base oftentimes end up being outs. And at Chugiak, there is some foul territory, but not as much as this ballpark. So the coaches have shaken hands, and we're getting ready to play baseball. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer to let you hear the Miners lineup here in just a moment. And then after that, we'll have the anthem. And hopefully we'll stay away from the wet stuff. We're supposed to stay away for a while. I think midweek we have a slight chance of some rain. But we've had, a week of wet and cold in Alaska. And thankfully we've only lost one game, and we're going to be able to make that up, I think, without event tomorrow at Anchorage as we play a double dip against the Pilots. And so that'll catch us up to not being behind in any of the games. That'll be the second time. Just happens to be the Pilots. And, boy, the Chinooks have had we're 4-0 on Sunday afternoon. So looking forward to a doubleheader down in Anchorage. This past Sunday, took 2 from the Pilots, 7-4 and 12-1. On the 18th of June, it was a 6-5 walk-off win against the Pilots. Well, I didn't realize this, but all 4 Sundays have been against the Pilots. We've 4-0 and 2 walk-offs in Chugiak, a 9-8 win on the 11th of June, and that was a Tybeck fly ball that scored, and Audie got a base hit to beat the Pilots on the 18th, 6-5, and then the doubleheader sweep this past Sunday. So things have gone well for the Nooks on Sunday afternoon, and every Sunday they played the Pilots. So I'll turn it over to the PA man to let you hear the Miners starting 9, and then we'll have our national anthem.
In the number 1 spot, playing second base, playing out of Valparaiso and Crown Point, Indiana, number 3, Nolan Tucker. And batting second, standout out of St. George, Utah for BYU, first baseman, number 17, Cooper Best. In the 3 spot, out of Colleyville, Texas, playing out of Linscomb, center fielder, number 16, Alex Vegrada. In the cleanup spot tonight, out of San Diego, California, and UT Rio Grande Valley, catcher number 27. Let's give it up for him, Steven Lancia. In the 5 spot, from La Mesa, California, San Diego State, left fielder number 23, Maddox Halley. And batting 6th, out of American Fork, Utah, playing out of Utah, your Matsu Miners right fielder, number 38, the man himself, Caden Carpenter. And batting 7th from Queen Creek, Arizona, playing out of Central Arizona Community College, number 18, designated hitter, Braden Rogers. And in the 8th spot, out of Casa Grande, Arizona, Grand Canyon, shortstop, number 1, let's hear it for him, Emilio Barreras. And in the 9th spot, out of West Terre Haute, Indiana, playing out of Valparaiso, third baseman, number 7, Caleb Hannas. On the mound tonight for your Matsu Miners, the man, the myth, the legend, out of Omaha, Nebraska, playing for University of Nebraska, right-handed pitcher, number 23, Drew Cristo. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite you to remove your hats and head coverings for tonight's national anthem. Just 1 second, folks, sorry. Hey, folks, we have a very, very special person throwing out our first pitch tonight.
All right. Appreciate you joining the broadcast. Let me know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Would love to hear from as many of you as possible in that live chat feature. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. We're in Palmer, Alaska. The Chinooks and the Miners. Going to tee it up here in just a moment. Get the first ceremonial first pitch going on. As most of us have those going on just about every night. We've got nightly sponsors. Get a lot of support from the local businesses, not only in Chugiak, but on the road. Palmer, I know that Pete Christopher does a really good job of getting what he needs in terms of the support for his club. So let's walk you back through the lineup quickly for the Chinooks, and then we'll give you the defensive alignment for the Miners. For the Chinooks, the top three, Austin Young, Ryan Lenasio, Ryan Callahan. The middle three, Blake Wilhoit, Ryan Matheson, Tommy Rover. And the final three, Ty Beck, Braden Broom, Mike Kelly. Defensively for the Miners, Maddox Haley in left field, Alex Vigera in center, Caden Carpenter out in right field. Around the infield, it's Caleb Hannas at third, Emilio Barreras at short, Nolan Tucker at second, Cooper Vest at first, Steven Lancia behind the plate and on the mound, 6'4", 230, a right-handed sophomore from the University of Nebraska, Drew Christo. Drew Christo is 1-1 on the season with a 4.39 ERA. This will be Christo's 6th appearance as a Miner, his 5th start of the summer. He does have one save. 14 1/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 18 walks. So you like the strikeout numbers, more than one per inning. You don't like the walk numbers. So command will be an issue for Mr. Christo today. We'll have to keep an eye on that as this game progresses. There goes the Colonel. He's going to uni up today. Number 50. He's got the uniform on with the short sleeves. And he's jogging down there and shaking hands with that first base umpire. Tim Cole's got the short sleeve lightweight hoodie on today. Both of them got the Scully helmets as they greet those corner umpires. Austin Young will lead it off. Drew Christo has the ball, and we're underway. First pitch is in there, strike one. 4:05 Alaska time. Couple minutes late. Glad you're with us. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. Next pitch. Line drive, right field. There goes the no-hitter. Austin Young. Good piece of hitting right there for Audie. And he's aboard with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Now it's Ryan Lenasio.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Ryan Leonesio.
Well, thanks for checking in from Fresno, Miss Freeman. Audie taking his lead at first base. The pitch. Just off the plate, ball one. Next pitch from Christo. That's a fastball that misses up and in. Well, kind of an overcast day. On a clear day, boy, you have an amazing view of some mountains off to the left field side of the ballpark. Not today. But it is a little milder than it's been in the last 2 or 3 days. We've had highs in the low to mid 50s. And to have a 61-degree temperature at game time, we're happy about that. They actually had pokes of sunshine during batting practice. Here's the 3-0 to Leo, and there's ball 4. And there's the command we talked about before the game. As first time you go to a stretch position,
number 25,
you throw a 4-pitch walk.
Callahan.
Here's Callie, Ryan Callahan stepping in for the first time. Ryan Callahan, 6'2", 220, out of the University of California, Pennsylvania. Sophomore from Bexley, Ohio. He's going to show bunt, lay it down. First third base side, tough play, you got to hurry. And boy, nicely done by the third baseman, Caleb Hannas. Well, that'll move the runners along. And So you got second and third. Audie at third. Leo at second for cleanup hitter Blake Wilhoit. And Blake 5'11", 181 out of Dallas Baptist University. Sophomore from Midlothian, Texas. Big opportunity here in the first inning for the Nooks. Wearing their navy blue tops, gray pants today. First pitch. Fastball misses, ball one. Drew Christo, 1-1 on the summer with a 4.39 ERA. Sophomore out of Nebraska. Native of Omaha, Nebraska. The 1-0 misses inside, 2-0. You do have a base open here, so can afford to walk Blake Wilhoit here without any consequence. And it would set up a double play. He's going from the full windup here. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Corner infielders are in front of the bag. Middle guys are back at normal depth. So you're conceding the run up the middle, trying to cut it down on the corners. The 2-1. Foul tip. And Lancia could not hold on. Might have gone off his mask. Minor dugout asking Stephen Lancia if he's all right. Saying yep. Second and third, one away, and a 2-2 count on Blake Wilhoit. The big right-hander, Drew Christo, getting his sign. Likes to start with that glove right in front of his chin. The pitch had a notion but held up, and third base umpire says no swing. And it's a full count on Blake Wilhoit, the designated hitter in today's ball game, batting fourth. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, got him. Good fastball up in the zone, probably close enough. You got to take a rip at that thing. And that's a big out right there. 2 outs in the inning. Now it's Ryan Matheson.
Third baseman, number 15.
Ryan Matheson, 6'1", 200 from the Masters University, a sophomore, native of Los Gatos, California. And boy, love to get something out of this. Here are the Chinooks. Grounded to short, got jammed. This is Barreras, and there's your inning. Got out of it. No runs on one hit. You leave 2 guys on, both of them in scoring position. And after 1/2 inning, it's the Nooks 0 and the Miners coming to the plate. All right, let's go ahead and get the Miner lineup back to you here. You heard the PA man call it off, but we'll go ahead and roll through it one more time for you. For the Miners, they are 12-10 on the season. They're currently in second place. They're led by fourth-year head coach Tyler LeBrun. And here's the lineup that Coach LeBrun has penciled in for today. Leading off is the second baseman, Nolan Tucker. Batting second, first baseman, Cooper Vest. Batting third, center fielder Alex Vergara. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Stephen Lancia. Batting fifth, left fielder Maddox Haley. Batting sixth, right fielder Caden Carpenter. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Braden Rogers. Batting eighth, the shortstop Emilio Barreras. And batting ninth for the Miners, third baseman Caleb Hannes. Defensively for your Nooks, Ryan Callahan in left, Mike Kelly in center, Braden Broom in right. On the infield, Ryan Matheson at third, Tommy Rover at short, Ryan Leonagio at second, Ty Beck at first, Austin Young behind the plate, and on the mound, a right-handed sophomore from Calvin University, 6'3", 195, Jacob Holtz. Jacob Holtz is an Anchorage native, 0-1 with a 7.50 ERA. He threw 6 innings. In that 6 innings, he gave up he struck out 2 and walked 2. He has 1 appearance, and it was a start against the Kingsmen. And that was way back on June 12th.
Number 3, second baseman, Nolan Tucker.
game against the Kingsmen was a non-league game. And so this will be Jacob's first appearance since June 12th. So 1, 2, almost 3 full weeks since Jacob's thrown for the Nooks. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. The Nooks got a healthy schedule coming up this next week. You got a doubleheader on Sunday, and then Monday you host the Oilers, and then we come right back here to Palmer on Tuesday. So you got 5 games in 4 days. And so Jacob Holt's filling in a gap on the starting side of it, and he's fallen behind now 3-0. Through 6 innings against the Kingsmen, that was a 6-1 loss to the traveling team that came through the ABL a number of weeks ago. Next pitch is in there, 3-1. Jacob had a number of outings last summer for the Chinooks. Played at Grace Christian High School in Anchorage. Ground ball, and this is Leo. I don't know what happened at the plate. Owen Tucker didn't get out of the box very quick. He might have stumbled. That'll be 1 up and 1 down here as Ryan Lanasio handled that ball easily.
17, first baseman Cooper Vest.
Cooper Vest will step in. First baseman for the Miners. 6 foot, 190 out of Brigham Young, a sophomore from St. George, Utah. First pitch in there for a strike. Jacob played for Colonel Ted McGovern down at Grace Christian and former Chinook coach, assistant coach Troy Hervey. The 0-1 pitch, just a bit high, maybe 1-1. Well, fans continuing to trickle in. Got a nice Saturday afternoon crowd. 4 o'clock start time. They're playing at 4 down in Anchorage today, too. Fly ball left field. Callie on the run makes the catch. Ryan Callahan had a pretty good length to run to catch that ball, and he came almost all the way into the infield. The grass here is very thick. You can't really tell. It's a thicker, kind of a Kentucky bluegrass type of field, and boy, he gobbles the balls up in the infield big time, and it is hard to run on if you're in the outfield because it's so thick. Here's the 3-hitter, Alex Vergara, the center fielder, and he got hit. There goes the perfect game. First pitch, right off the old rear end there, and Vergara's aboard with 2 outs. Vergara, 6 foot, 195. He's from Lipscomb, a sophomore from Colleyville, Texas. Now it's the catcher, Steven Lancia. Lancia, 6'2", 205. UT Rio Grande Valley, a sophomore from San Diego, California. And Lancia hit the ball pretty well last time he played the Chinooks. The throw gets into center field, and over to third goes Vergara. So it'll be a stolen base over to third on the E2. You know, Leo was there in time, and it looked like he lost his footing. And I was waiting for his glove to come up and catch that ball, because sure it appeared as though Vergara was out by a mile. And the glove never came up, so it looked like Leo may have just lost his footing there right behind the bag. Because he appeared to be there in time, and the ball appeared to beat the runner by a good piece. So, unfortunate occurrence there for the Chinooks. The 1-0 pitch misses. It's 2-0 to the cleanup hitter, Steven Lancia. Boy, we'll pull up some numbers second time through the lineup, but last time the Chinooks played the Miners, Lancia was a menace. Ground ball, third base side. That's just foul, boy, almost over the bag. That's extra bases if it stays fair. But it does just miss going over that corner of that base. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Might want to be careful here. Got a couple of bases open, and you got, I would argue, maybe their best hitter at the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Just off the plate, not by much. Pretty good spot right there. Called a ball. 3-1. Two outs, 1 aboard. The kick, the pitch, and there's a walk. That's not going to hurt you. First walk of the game for Jacob Holst. Now it's Maddox Haley stepping in.
Here we go, folks. Left fielder, number 23. Let's hear it for him. Maddox Haley.
Maddox Haley, I guess is how they're going to say it. No, it's Haley. I think they told me when they played at our place that the PA guy mispronounces it. San Diego State player, a freshman from La Mesa, California, 6'2", 215. Some pretty big fellas in this minor lineup. So now you got Lancey at first and Vergaro at third. Ground ball to short, knocked down. You pick it up and throw to second. Nicely done. Tommy Rover flashing the leather. 6-4 ends the inning. Put a star by that one. That saved a run. Well hit ball by Haley, but it could not get through as Tommy leaves his feet, gets to his feet, flips it over to Leo for the final out. No runs on no hits. You leave 2 on, and after 1 complete inning, we're still scoreless. Stay with us. Back in just a minute from Palmer, Alaska. Welcome back to Palmer, Alaska. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Appreciate the Etchisons checking in from Las Vegas. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Here's Tommy Rover. It always happens. You make a nice defensive play and you lead off, right? Rover, Beck, and Braden Broom to hit for the Chinooks this inning. First pitch pops out of the glove of Steven Lancia. 1 ball, no strikes. Drew Christo threw 14 pitches in his first inning of work. Back on the mound for the Miners, big right-hander. And that ball misses inside, 2-0. Gave up a hit, walked a guy, a couple of ground balls. Actually, 1 grounder, and one was a sacrifice fly. Full windup for Christo. Misses outside. 6'4", 230. Big right-hander. Native of Omaha, Nebraska. His 6th appearance of the summer. popping the leather, but not throwing strikes. That's the second walk in as many innings. So you've walked 2. Here's Ty Beck. Runner at first, nobody out, top of the second inning.
Now batting first baseman, number 23, Ty Beck.
Ty Beck, 6'3", 205 from the Masters University, a freshman from Lebanon, Ohio. Fastball away. Ball 1. Well, we saw Cristo last inning seemed to struggle just a bit out of the stretch. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, there's an opening behind the flag that sometimes the lefties take advantage of here, but you got 2 righties going today. There goes the runner, and you're going to throw down to second. Boy, Lancia, pretty good throw, but Pereira's could not hold on to it. And it's a stolen base for Tommy Rover. It kind of looked like Lancia, I don't know, the throw, it was a tough pitch to throw on because it took him way to his left. But he hesitated for just a moment. And I'm going to check here for Tommy. Tommy's now 2 for 3 in steals, swing and a miss. So that's stolen base number 2 for Tommy Rover. He's at second now with nobody out. Ty's got a 2-2 count at the plate. Cristo checking that runner. Here's the 2-2 and struck him out. Second strikeout of the ball game for Drew Cristo, and that'll bring up Braden Broom, the right fielder.
Number 9 right fielder, Braden Broom.
Braden, 6'1", 182 from Samford University, sophomore from Ringgold, Georgia. First pitch, and that got him. Second, well, let's see. No, that's his first hit batter. I guess Jacob hit a guy. So, first hit batter of the ball game for starter Drew Cristo, and it puts 2 on with 1 out. Now it's Mike Kelly, the center fielder. Cristo from the stretch with 2 on the pitch. That's going to miss up, ball 1. Well, a happy birthday to Kevin Duran. Today's Kevin's birthday, and it's also Quinn's birthday. That pitch is fouled off to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quinn Bezina is a photographer for Athletes in Action. She does an amazing job, and she's back up here for the second time this summer. She was up here for about 10 days earlier this summer and had an itch to get back, and she came back for another week. Got to be here for the 4th of July parade, and headed to the Women's World Cup here in soccer, down under. The 2-1. Well, he's popping the leather, but just struggling to throw strikes. You can see he's throwing 27 pitches, 11 strikes, 16 balls. And as we looked at the numbers coming into today, that was going to be an issue. Here's the 3-1. Mike fouls that one off, and it's a full count. 1 out, 2 aboard. The Nooks have had some traffic in the early going here. They have not been able to score. Had 2 on in the first inning. Bunted them over, could not get them in. Here's the payoff pitch to Mike Kelly. That's another foul ball that's out of play. As the Chinook 9 hitter battles here. with 2 on and 1 out. Cristo trying to work quickly. The next payoff pitch to Mike Kelly. There's ball 4. So the third walk of the game loads the bases. And that'll roll the lineup back to the top. Austin Young for the second time. And Audie base hit to right field his first time up.
12, the catcher, Austin Young.
Comes into the ball game, 259 on the summer. 15 of 58, 8 runs scored, 3 doubles, 4 RBI. Another good opportunity for the Chinooks here in the second inning. Bases loaded, only 1 out. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, we have seen Cristo before. That pitch misses. Again, we said that this was Cristo's 6th appearance in his 5th start. He's pitched twice against the Nooks, 1 in a loss and 1 in a win. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. He threw 1 inning on June 23rd and 6 innings on June 16th against the Nooks. He's ahead of Audie here, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Got a pretty good vantage point here in Palmer in terms of where we mounted our camera. So if that was a Chugiak, that might have been a problem. We're at ground level at Lee Jordan Field, but here in Palmer we're up second level. Fly ball right field, playable, and coming in to make the catch is Carpenter, and he'll keep the run from scoring. Was not deep enough for Tommy Rover to tag and come home. So, boy, you're looking to wiggle out of it again here. Here's Ryan Leonasio.
Second baseman number 1, Ryan Leonasio.
So third time this summer for Cristo to face the Chinooks. In 1 inning, he walked 6. Back on the 23rd. Leo gets jammed and fouls it out of play for strike 1. Back at the top of the leaderboard, he and Ryan Callahan actually tied at 310 on the summer. Fastball misses in, 1-1. They have exactly the same numbers, 22 for 71. Leo has scored 15 runs, Callie 13. 6 doubles for Ryan Leonasio as he fouls that one off, 1 and 2. 9 RBI for Leo, and Callie's got 10 RBI. So, boy, they're having very similar summers. Ryan Leonasio has a couple more doubles, but other than that, they are almost the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Strike 3 call. And boy, Cristo finds a way to get out of trouble for the 2nd inning in a row. The strikeout will be the 3rd of the ball game for the right-hander. No runs on no hits. You leave them loaded. And that's now 5 left on base in 2 innings for the Chinooks. 4 of those in scoring position. And you'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. We are still scoreless. Back in just a minute. Bottom of inning number 2.
For the Miners, right fielder
6,
number
7, and 8.
Caden
Miners.
Carpenter.
Caden Carpenter lead it off. .6'4", 230 out of the University of Utah. First pitch misses low, ball 1. A freshman, a native of American Fork, Utah. Telling you, one guy after another stepped up to that plate. They're monsters. They like the big guys. It's always been that way. The Miners always have big players. The 2-0 pitch misses high. It's 3-0. Jacob Holtz, 15 pitches in his first inning of work, as he was able to wiggle out of trouble. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 3-1. 6, 7, 8. Carpenter, Rogers, Barrera scheduled to hit for the Miners, and they're all white tonight. Kind of look like a Oakland A's home uniform. Popped up left side and out of play. Ball just missed. Got a little section here that a lot of the Chinook fans will make the trip up from Chugiak, Eagle River, to watch the Chinook games. And it's right behind the dugout for the Chinooks on the third base side. And there's ball 4. Carpenter gets the leadoff walk, and for Jacob Holtz, that'll be his second walk of the ball game. Here's Braden Rogers.
Designated hitter, number 18.
Braden Rogers,
6'1",
185 out of Central Arizona Community College, a redshirt freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. Well, the Miners also left 2 guys on base. Carpenter kind of creeping over there, not gonna go anywhere. First pitch is a strike. Well, the history here in Palmer is that as the night progresses, that wind picks up coming out of those mountains. It's cold. It can get cold here. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. There goes the runner, grounder to third base. Matheson's got it. He'll fire it over to Ty Beck for the first out of the inning. So they avoid the double play by starting the runner. Carpenter to second with 1 out for Emilio Barreras.
Batting number 1, your shortstop, Emilio Barreras.
Barreras, 6', 160 out of Grand Canyon. Freshman from Casa Grande, Arizona. Jacob, the kick and the pitch. This is high and inside, ball 1. Well, the Chinooks doubleheader day tomorrow down in Anchorage. Makeup game from Thursday. It rained all day long. It rained most of yesterday as well. Tried to clear up a little bit toward the end of the day. Pop up. Leo at second will squeeze it for out number 2. So good job there inducing the infield pop. And now it's the 9-hitter, Caleb Hannas.
Now batting number 7, your third baseman, Caleb Hannas.
Caleb Hannas, 6'1", 180. He's out of Valparaiso, a junior. West Terre Haute, Iowa. All right, my son is tuning in. Hello, Nora. I don't know what time it is back home. Well, Nora and Abby are watching. Papa is the broadcaster. Thanks for chiming in there, Joshua. And let me know if they get by the broadcast, and I'll give them a shout out. The 1-0 popped up to right field. This should do it. Boy, you have to run a long way, and Brandon Broom slides and makes the circus catch. That was much more eventful than it looked off the bat. No runs on no hits, one left. We're through 2 innings, and it's still scoreless. We're going to play the interview now. Let's see which one we got queued up first. It's Grant Rising. Let's hear from Grant right now. We're going to let this interview go through this next half inning if necessary, but I had a chance to talk to Grant Rising during batting practice. All right, we're out here in the outfield during batting practice, and Grant Rising is here with us. And Grant, just tell folks where you're from, what school you're going to, what position you play, and just a little bit about your thoughts first month here in Alaska.
I'm Grant Rising. I'm a left-handed pitcher from Canton, Michigan, and I'm going into my junior year at Eastern Michigan University. Through my first month, Alaska's been incredible. I mean, just the nature all around you constantly. Feels like every time I look up, I'm seeing mountains, and there's something I can be taking a picture of. It's just ridiculous how beautiful it all is, and all the wildlife. I feel like I could almost pet every moose I drive by, just roll down the window.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Well, that's why I haven't yet, but the thought's been there multiple times.
You know, we have had a guy try to ride one.
And how did that end?
That didn't happen too good. Thankfully, he didn't get hurt bad, but was not a wise move. So I want you to tell folks, how did you end up coming to Alaska? How did that work out?
So when I transferred to Eastern Michigan, one of the first things I was introduced to was the AIA, Bible study small group, and I thought it'd be a great way to meet some more of my teammates and get to know them a little bit better. Feel like it'd be a pretty quick way to form some close bonds, and just learning about it from the small group and thinking how cool it would be to be in Alaska. So that's where I heard about it, why I applied. So
talk about, I guess, the difference between playing on an AIA team here in Alaska and back at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, it just feels like a much more wholesome bunch. I don't feel too uncomfortable with a lot of the conversations we have about stuff where I'm I probably shouldn't be talking about that, or there's definitely not a lot of bad habits. No one really encouraging us to, do things we're not supposed to do or anything like that, but more encouraging of, doing the opposite, which is not something I've experienced in my college, experience so far. So
talk about, I guess, the relationships that you've gotten since being here. You've only been here a month, but we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, we do. I feel very close to a lot of the guys here. I've only had one other, summer baseball experience, but I definitely feel much more closer to these guys, than I do from the guys I played with summer ball last year.
Funnest experience away from discipleship or baseball so far in Alaska? Any funny or fun things you really enjoyed about that's uniquely kind of Alaska?
Well, funny for everyone else but me. We were checking out a waterfall, and you tried to climb up this ledge to get a better view of the waterfall because Noah Tincher did it, and he said the view was much better. So I was well, I have to now.
Okay.
And getting up there was just fine, but on the way down, I slipped and I fell off the ledge, and I landed on my feet, I guess, because I don't know. That's what
athletes do.
I'm an inner cat, I guess.
Right.
Always land on my feet, but one foot on the shore and the other foot in the water, the river from the waterfall, and I scraped up my non-pitching hand a little bit, so that was fine. Probably the neatest experience was almost walking right into a bear and her cub.
Wow.
We went on a hike that was a little longer than we anticipated, and ended up hiking 20 miles that day. But on the way back, we were slugging along very slowly, and we looked up, and there was a bear and a cub on the trail. And we spooked it because we both went, oh crap, and spooked it. And the cub shot up the tree 8 feet in the tree.
Wow.
In 2 seconds flat. It was remarkable how quick they are. And then the mama bear didn't pay us any notice, and she kept grazing, and the little baby bear came down.
Well, thank you, Lord, for that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we did end up walking away because they started grazing closer to us, which is not what we intended, because they knew we were there. We were hoping they'd go the opposite way.
Right.
And then eventually the mama bear decided we had gotten too close, so she looked at us for a good couple seconds, then took 2 steps towards us, and we decided that was the end of that. And we walked away pretty fast and made a big old detour around her.
All right.
That was pretty neat, just to kind of look at them and watch them, because if you see them on the road, they scamper right into the woods, so you don't really ever get to watch them a whole lot.
Well, I'm glad you came away unscathed. So I've enjoyed watching you pitch. I've enjoyed getting to know you a little bit in discipleship. Grant, thanks for taking time. We'll look forward to seeing you a little bit more this summer.
All righty.
All right, a big shout out to Grant Rising for taking a few minutes during batting practice to visit with me. In the interim, Ryan Callahan a base hit up the middle, and now Blake Wilhoit draws the walk, so you got 2 on. That walk will be walk number 4, issued by Drew Christo. Callie at second, Wilhoit at first for Ryan Matheson. Still scoreless, top of the 3rd. He's going to show bunt, pull back, strike 1. Well, Alyssa Zayden's checked in from Huntington Beach, California, rooting for the Nooks. Appreciate that. And I'm going to keep saying hi to Abby and Nora until I hear from my son. Hi, Abby. Hi, Nora. It's Papa. I'm in Alaska. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Another good opportunity for the Chinooks. Had 2 base runners on in all 3 innings. So far, have not been able to get any runs across. So 1-1 count. Corner infielder's creeping. Here's the bunt, and it'll go to 3rd. You got to go to 1st with it, and you get the out. So Ryan Matheson sacrifices. And for the 2nd time, the Chinooks 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. They had this exact situation when Ryan Callahan laid down the sac bunt. Now it's Tommy Rover with a chance.
Tommy Rover.
Switching shortstop will step in with a big opportunity. Tommy, 268 on the summer, 15 of 56. First pitch swinging, pop up left field, could be deep enough. Haley over toward the line, catches it. Runner's going to be set on the tag. Here's the throw, not in time. 1-0 Chinooks. So Tommy Rover gets that fly ball just deep enough to get the RBI sac fly. And Callahan came racing home, and good job by Blake Wilhoit to follow suit and get over to 3rd base with 2 outs. And here's Ty Beck for the 2nd time.
First baseman number 23, Ty.
Ty Beck, 231 on the summer, 12 for 52, 4 runs scored. He's got a double, and he's got 8 RBIs. 1-0 Chinooks here in the top of the 3rd inning. Big right-hander, 6'4", 230, Drew Christo delivers ball 1 to Ty Beck. Has the sign, the full windup. He just catches the corner. 1-1. The Nooks 1 run on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Miners zeros across the board. The 1-1. Pop up left side, that's going to get out of play. As I said a moment ago, the crowd's still trickling in on a Saturday afternoon. They're all the way down both sidelines here at Herman Brothers Field. Miners always get good support out here in the Mat-Su Valley, as they call it, Palmer, Wasilla area. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him, boy. High cheese right there. He gets Ty Beck for the 2nd time in the ball game. 4 strikeouts for Drew Christo, so it could have been worse for the Miners, but the Nooks get on the board, 1 run on 1 hit. You leave 1 runner on. We're through 2.5 innings. Your new score from Palmer, Alaska, it's the Chinooks 1 and the Miners 0. Back to the top of the minor lineup, Nolan Tucker to lead it off. Grounded out to second base his first time up. 0 for 1. 1-0 Nooks. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Tommy Rover. Scoring Ryan Callahan. Boy, good changeup by Holst. Strike one. Tucker, 231 on the summer for the Miners, 9 of 39. 6 runs scored. He's got a triple, 6 RBIs. Ball into right field, and Braden Broom, a good jump on it for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down here in the Miner third inning. Here's the first baseman, Cooper Vest.
Now batting
Cooper
first
Vest,
baseman, number
250.
17, Cooper Vest.
21 for 84. 15 runs scored. And that's second on the club to Carpenter. 5 doubles, that leads the club in that category. He's got 3 triples, that leads the club. First pitch misses inside. A home run, 12 RBI is second on the club. Barreras leads that category with 14. Line shot that's foul into the massive foul territory down the right field corner, right into that bullpen area for the Miners. Largest foul territory that I've ever seen on any baseball field here in Matsu. The 1-1 pitch, there's a changeup that looked like it sailed. Lost the grip on it. 2-1. Jacob Holst, 6'3", 195, the right-handed sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska. Little pop-up, left field, playable for Callahan. He'll make the grab, and there's 2 outs. 2 hands here in the big leagues, young man. That was what I like to say when I was in the dugout. I like to see outfielders catching the ball with 2 hands. Here's Alex Vergara. Got hit by a pitch his first time up. Vergara, 240 on the summer, 6 out of 25, 5 runs scored, couple of doubles. He does have a home run and 5 RBI. Jacob Holst trying to work a 1-2-3 inning, and it looks like he might got it. Braden Broom has a beat on it in right, and it's a quick third inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We'll go to the 4th. The Nooks hold on to a 1-0 lead. Well, it's the 21st ball game of the season, so we're going to read out of John 21 today. We're going to read John 21, 15 to 17. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." Verse 17, he said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him a third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything, and you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." Well, what an encouraging word. As many of you may be aware that Peter denied Christ 3 times before he was crucified, and right there in John 21, Jesus affirming the forgiveness that was Peter's to have. And upon this rock, right? Peter was the rock of the church in the New Testament. So no matter what you've done or how far you've slipped, there's always forgiveness at the cross. So great encouragement from John 21 today. First pitch misses and goes back to the screen. Ball 1 to Braden Broom, the right fielder. Braden got hit by a pitch his first time up. No official at bat yet today. It's Drew Christo back on the mound. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-0. 59 pitches now for the big right-hander. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Broken bat, shallow left field. I don't know if anyone's going to get there. And boy, nice running catch by Maddox Haley for out number 1. That's some good defense in this ball game so far by both clubs. That was a broken bat. So we're going to have to find some new lumber for Braden Broom. Here's a 9-hitter, Mike Kelly.
Center fielder number 2, Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly walked his first time up. First pitch just off the plate. Mike Kelly, 271 on the summer, 13 of 48, 10 runs scored. Pitch is in there. We're even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Does have a triple, and he's driven in 4. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, so many things in life can pull you down, and hopefully that set of scriptures from John 21 is encouraging to know God can use someone like Peter, who flat out denied even knowing the Savior 3 different times after telling Jesus to his face that he was going to die with him if necessary. Hopefully that encourages you and I to anything we've got burdening our lives can be laid at the foot of the cross. And Jesus will affirm that forgiveness in all of our lives. I'm thankful for that. Thank you, Lord. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch popped out of play. Another good at bat by Mike Kelly. He did this the first time up. And what this is doing, these kind of at bats by the Chinook hitters have elevated Christo's pitch count. 66 pitches right now. Here's the next 2-2 pitch. There's a liner foul into the massive amount of foul territory towards the left side of this field.
See Denise walking around right now. Get your 50.
Kind of a strange setup here. Interesting and probably good for the guys in the bullpen. Have a great view of the game. Kind of angled. Can't really see it on the shot that we provide, but they're facing first base as their backs are right against the wall on the bench there down in the bullpen, both sides of the field. Full count to Mike Kelly. The pitch. Grounder up the middle. This is going to be a tough play, and nobody's going to make it. That'll be a base hit for the Chinook center fielder. And with 1 out, we roll it back to the top of the lineup. Austin Young for the 3rd time.
Now batting number 12, catcher Austin Young.
No, not many catchers are going to be your leadoff hitter, but Austin Young has been productive in that position for the Nooks. He's leading the Chinooks with 19 walks. Pull up the expanded stats here, probably get a better look at his on-base percentage, but that's one of the things you're looking for from a leadoff hitter. And Mike Kelly looking to go there. He thought about going, and he lost his footing. He was going to go on that pitch, and about the 2nd or 3rd step, trying to steal second base, kind of stumbled, and that's a smart move by Mike Kelly. You just don't want to put yourself running into an out there. So it's now an 0-2 count. Not going this time. High and tight, snap, throw back. Kelly slides under the tag. Pretty quick release by Steven Lancia. Behind the plate, and of course with the right-hander Austin Young at the plate. So it's kind of a flick of the wrist almost. Throwing behind that runner at first base. 1-2 the count. Not going. Audie fouls another pitch off. Mike Kelly's got this little bit of a shuffle step going. If you watch him closely, he is moving his feet at all times. And most of the time you want your pitcher to stop that foot movement because you're going to be a little quicker getting it going than you are. He's doing it again. And back to first base he goes. I know that one of the things you'll hear pitching coaches say from time to time in these kind of base running situations is stop his feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. And he thought about going again and changed his mind. Did not quite get the jump he wanted to. And that's the key thing. Good base runners should do exactly what Mike has done here a couple of times. And when you don't get the jump, don't go. 2-2 pitch. Line drive, just foul. First base side. Cooper Vest holding the runner. Ball goes to his left, down into the right field corner. Colonel Ted uniing up today. Like to see it. Got the big number 50 on. The next 2-2 from Cristo. Swing and a miss, got him. Chased out of the zone, and that's a pretty good sequence by Cristo to get Austin Young on the strikeout. 5 strikeouts now for the big right-hander from Nebraska. There's 2 outs, and here's Ryan Leonasio. Leo 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out looking to end the 2nd inning. Gotta believe Kelly's itching to get to second base. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Well, there's Leo's first hit of the day, and it'll put 2 on with 2 outs. Now it's Ryan Callahan. Callie, a base hit to center his first time up, or last time up, excuse me. His first time up, laid down a sac bunt, so he's 1 for 1. 1-0 Chinooks, top of the 4th. The Chinooks have done a great job of getting traffic on the bases, and Cristo has done a good job of limiting the damage. He's only given up 1 run. The Nooks have left 7 on already in this ballgame. We're only in the 4th inning. First pitch just a tick low. 1 ball, no strikes. 5 of the 7 have been left in scoring position. So they've had their opportunities to score more runs. They have not come up with that big hit. Next pitch, just a little bit low outside. 2-0. Again, Callahan, even with Leonasio, at a .310 average. His 3 doubles and his 10 RBI. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Chinooks trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Cristo working quickly. The 2-1. In there for a strike. Callie might have thought it was low, but counts even. Deuce is Wild on the board with 2 on for the Chinooks. The pitch. Grounded to second. Should be playable. And it is. Easy play for Nolan Tucker. No runs on 2 hits. You leave 2 more guys on. Boy, you've done that in every inning. You've left now 9 runners on base for the Chinooks, 6 of them in scoring position. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Chinooks. Welcome back to Palmer, Alaska. Dr. John Groth with you. Bottom of the 4th inning. And for the Miners,
leading off the
cleanup hitter Steven Lancia.
Number 24, Steven Lancia.
Lancia drew the walk last time up. No official at bat. Leading the Miners at a 462 clip. I thought he might be. He was a dangerous hitter last time the Nooks played the Miners. 18 for 39, 11 runs scored, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 6 RBI. And he was a guy that got up here late. So he has stepped right in and set the pace offensively for the Miners. He's leading them with that 462 average. They don't have another hitter over 300. So this is the guy you just don't want to let beat you. And Jacob Holst has fallen behind 3-0. Big deep breath. The 3-0 pitch. Boy, pretty good spot. Called the ball. I think Lancia wanted a hit. He gets his second walk. Third walk for Jacob Holst. And 1, 2, 3. That's the 4th base runner in as many innings for the Miners. They still don't have a base hit. Here's Maddox Haley. Hit a hard one-hopper to Tommy Rover that ended the first inning. Nice play by Tommy. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Haley, the second leading hitter behind Lancia, he's at 297, so the Miners as a club are batting 243. And they only have one guy over 300, and that guy's almost at 500. Lancia. High pop-up, center field, and now actually second base is going to be Leo going back into the outfield to make the grab. So F4 if you're scoring at the house. That'll bring up Caden Carpenter.
Now batting right fielder, number 38, Caden Carpenter.
Well, my son Joshua said my granddaughters are not with him, but I'm going to say it again anyways. Hi, Abby. Hi, Nora. It's Papa in Alaska. Joshua, you can go back and watch the replay and play it for him. First pitch is going to miss high and away. Ball 1. This is Caden Carpenter. 231 on the summer for Carpenter, 15 for 65, 16 runs scored. That leads the club. 4 doubles. Second on the club in doubles. Carpenter does have a homer, and he's got 10 RBI. He walked his first time up, and he's up there now with a runner at first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Pop up and shallow left field. Who's going to get there? Matheson in foul territory makes the snag. And again, so much foul territory over there. Ryan had a long run, ran over out of your picture and made the grab. So that'll go P05 if you're scoring at the house. 2 outs.
Now batting for the Miners.
Braden Rogers, the DH.
Designated hitter, Braden Rogers.
Braden Rogers, 234, 11 of 47 this summer. 7 runs scored, a double, a homer, 6 RBI. Well, quietly now, Jacob Holtz has navigated almost twice through this lineup and only allowed 4 base runners. And you got zeros across the board in the line score. He has allowed runners. He's walked 3 and hit 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pop up, right field. This should be playable for Braden Broom. He's got a long run, and he dropped it. And, boy, that was not an easy play. I'm going to probably see that's going to be a hit. See how they score it. Braden Broom had a long run in right field, and we'll hold off on the scoring here.
Shortstop number 1, Emilio Barreras.
I've been in the chair of the official scorekeeper. We had one of these the other night at home, and Jacob, that would be the first base hit if they scored a hit, and they're going to score it an error. So they're going to keep the hit column as a 0 for the moment. You got runners on second and third, 2 outs for the shortstop, Emilio Barreras. Well, they got an error on the scoreboard, but the scorekeepers have put a hit in there, so they're going to go ahead and give him a double, which is probably the right thing. That's a tough error. Whenever you got to run and slide for a ball, it's not really a routine play in any stretch of the imagination. So 0-1 to count on Barreras, the pitch. That's a fly ball to center, playable for Mike Kelly, and he'll make the grab. So you avoid giving up a run, but you do give up the no-hitter. And the Miners, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 on, and we're through 4 innings. It's Nooks 1 and the Miners 0. We're going to go ahead and play our interview from Aaron Plotkin during batting practice. Let's hear what Aaron had to say before the ball game today. All right, we're out here in the outfield, and Aaron Plotkin, relief pitcher from Texas.
Yes, sir.
My home state. So tell people like where you're from, what you're doing up here, and just your first impressions as, being in Alaska for about a month.
Well, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I knew about Athletes in Action, and so I was already excited to come up to Alaska because it was the next step up from Xenia.
Right. So you played at Xenia?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
And
you play school ball at
SFA.
Okay.
Stephen F. Austin and
Nacogdoches, Texas.
Yes, sir. But I didn't know what I was getting into until I got here. I've never seen mountains like this before in my life, and so when my host dad picked me up from the airport, I was in awe.
Right?
I was asking like 100 questions a minute, and just like everything to do with Alaska, and but it's the most incredible state I've ever been to by far.
So, talk about the baseball a little bit. You've had really good success on the mound. You've been a key part of the bullpen for the Chinooks the first half of the year, keeping us right in the mix. So, talk about the baseball, the hitters, just the rhythm that you've gotten into up here. It's a grind.
Yeah, it is. It's luckily we have a really good pitching staff, so usually I only pitch, twice a week.
Right.
But everyone here has been amazing, and the hitters that we have always will keep us in the game. So I know that I'll always have an opportunity to pitch, and but luckily it hasn't happened much this season. But if I don't have success, I know the guy behind me is going to come in and do the job. So it's been an amazing opportunity, especially on the baseball field, because we grow so close together off the field that when we come on the field, it's easy. It's just a part of nature.
Well, I want you to, I asked all these guys, you heard Grant talking a little bit about his bear story, but tell me a little bit about, is there something funny or fun that you've been, just uniquely Alaska, guy from Texas, Dallas, this is a totally different environment. Is there anything you want to share with the people, family and friends, about maybe something that's happened in the month you've been up here?
I think the funniest moment was when we were at Hatcher's Pass. I forgot the valley. I think Archangel's Valley.
Okay.
In Hatcher's Pass, but we were hiking, and so we kind of went off the trail a little bit just to get close to the water. And I was with Peyton Neiman, Logan, and Garrett DeClue, and so we're just one, Garrett's fishing, and there's no fish in the water because it's snow runoff, and then I was taking a picture of Peyton, and then Peyton came down closer to the water, and he kind of slipped, and his phone went straight into the water. And so he was like, I was turned around, so I didn't see his phone actually go in the water, but like Logan kind of dove in, and luckily it got caught on a rock, so we got it out. But I was
unscathed?
Yeah, unscathed. Wow. Yeah, so it's working, luckily.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So a lot of hiking. Anything else that you've done that you couldn't really do back in Dallas?
Oh, every weekend we get to do something cool. When my family was up here, we went to what is it, Virgin Creek Trail, and
Okay.
that was the most amazing waterfall I've ever seen. I don't get to see many waterfalls back in Dallas,
Right.
so
Pretty flat.
Yeah, that was just like everything. Every weekend we get to do something amazing that I've never experienced before. So, like, baseball's great, but like on our off days is where the real fun happens. And
Right.
we get to experience Alaska, and you know, it's awesome.
I know we're halfway home, but if someone if for some reason the summer ended today, what would be the takeaway for Aaron Plotkin?
Oh,
Kind of a tough question.
yeah, put me on the spot. I don't know. Probably, something that's been on my heart a lot is just, loving unconditionally,
Yeah.
and you never know, like, how you can help somebody until, they tell you how you've helped them. And so just going every day and just trying to make the best of, the time you get to spend with the people around you. And so probably just, no matter how you're feeling every morning or like what you're going through, just, love everyone around you.
Well, let me just share with you, you've done that well. I so appreciated your Triple H the other day, and you heard some affirmation from some of your teammates that you're making a difference in the lives of a lot of guys on this team. So I'll tell you, as one of the leaders of the club, thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of what we're doing. It's fun having you around.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to next time you get on that bump and
I hope so. Probably tonight.
punch out a few guys.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for taking time,
No
Aaron.
problem. Anytime.
All right, a big thank you to Aaron Plotkin, as the Nooks got 2 more base runners on the bases this inning, and another opportunity. And I'll give you some information on this relief pitcher here in just a second. The new pitcher is 6'1", 180, Ethan Like. And Ethan Like is a freshman at Murray State. He's from Evansville, Indiana. And he'll take over for the starter, Drew Christo. So right now, Christo is now done. And let's see here, 5. He's gonna end up with 87 pitches in his outing. And now it's Ethan Like. He's a left-hander. And this for Ethan Like, he's 1-0 with a 2.95 ERA. He's pitched in 9 games. He has started a game. He's again 1-0 with a 2.95 ERA. He does have 1 save, 21 in the 3rd innings, 21 strikeouts, 12 walks. A left-hander from Evansville, Indiana, out of Murray State, Ethan Like.
Batting for the Chinooks, shortstop number 6, Tommy Rover.
So nobody out here in inning number 4 and 2 aboard. Here's Tommy Rover. Tommy had a sac fly his last time up. He'll flip over from the right side this time up. We're in the top of the 5th, and there's still no one out. The Chinooks have had at least 2 guys on in every inning. First pitch, and low, ball 1. He showed bunt, pulled back. So the first call to the bullpen is made by the Miners. 1-5-2 for the Chinooks. If the next pitch misses, it's 2-0. Well, the official scorekeepers have scored that bloop single a double that Braden Broom tried to make a great catch on and couldn't quite come up with it. So the scoreboard still has a 0 on the board. But bunt to first base, and that'll go 3-4 if you're scoring at the house on the sacrifice. And for the 3rd time in this ball game, the Chinooks have 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out, and now it's Ty Beck.
First baseman
Ty
number
Beck
23.
0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts today. And let's see what they do. They're gonna, the corners are in, and the middle guys are coming in. The middle guys are going to go about baseline depth. They aren't all the way in on the grass, but another chance for the Nooks to extend what is now a 1-0 lead. Chinooks have left 9 runners on base in this game, and we're only in the 5th inning. And 6 of those 9 have been in scoring position. Another good opportunity right here. 1-0 pitch, just a little bit low. It's 2-0. Blake Wilhoit, who drew a leadoff walk at third. Matheson got hit by a pitch. He's at second, swing and a miss. Two-1 to tie Beck. Got the left-on-left matchup. The pitch. This is low and in. 3-1. Well, if Ty reaches, he got Braden Broom waiting on deck, and actually it looks like, well, yeah, it is him. I'm thinking they might have a pinch hitter, but Braden's back in the on-deck circle. Line drive right at first. You throw behind the runner, and it's a double play.
There you go, boys.
Couldn't hit it any harder. And a nice play by Cooper Vest as Wilhoit had come off the bag at third, and he threw behind him. Double play will end the inning. No runs on no hits. You leave 1 on. You've left 10 on base now through 5 innings. And 7 of those have been in scoring position. The score remains the Chinooks 1 and the Miners 0. Wanted to come back just a little bit early to have make some comments about Aaron Plotkin's interview. I don't know if you picked up on that, but tell you what, the things that happen in a place like Alaska, playing baseball all summer with the same group of guys and spending an hour plus every day going through God's Word.
Around the 5th for your Miners.
The Holy Spirit has
Number
a chance
7,
to change the lives up here.
And,
it's so exciting to hear, as a leader in this organization, to hear a young man talk about what Aaron talked about and things that are on his heart right now in his life. So obviously the hope and prayer is that the things that happen up here, stick. And I'm thankful that 40 years ago I played on an Athletes in Action baseball team for 2 summers, and it dramatically impacted my life as a husband of 37 years and a dad of 6 kids. Don't want to think about where I might have ended up if I hadn't had a chance to play in a team like the Chinooks. So a big shout out to Aaron, and a thank you to all of you who have supported your Chinooks throughout the years. Little pop-up, center field, and that'll fall in. It's going to be a seeing eye double for Caleb Hannes. And that'll get the crowd into this ball game. Boy, they haven't been able to barrel up Jacob Holtz at all. The 2 hits they got are both bloop singles.
Second baseman,
and
Nolan Tucker.
That ball really didn't get too far behind the infield. Mike Kelly had a long run. I'm telling you, that grass is hard to run on. It looks great from the stands, but it is thick. And Mike Kelly can move, but he just couldn't get there in time. Runner at second, nobody out. Back to the top, Nolan Tucker. A ground ball to second, a liner to right. He's 0 for 2. First pitch, going to show bunt. Pulls it back, and it's 1-0. The Chinooks 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error. The Miners now no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Jacob Holtz, 46 pitches coming in. That's very efficient for 4 innings. There's the bunt, and boy, it almost trickled back fair. It hit the cut of the grass. It was rolling on the dirt right on the line, and then it hit the grass, and it looked like it might bounce back fair. And that would not have been good for the Chinooks. The crowd thought it was going to go back fair as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nolan Tucker. Well, you got the glove popping down in the Chinook bullpen. Trying to I think it's Tristan Copeland. There's the bunt. This will stay fair. Matheson's going to have to hurry, and he can't make the play. Couldn't get it out of his glove. Not sure even if he makes a clean play there, he's going to get the speedy Nolan Tucker. And that's probably another infield single.
First baseman number 17, Cooper Vest.
Well, now it's Cooper Vest with runners on the corners and no one out. This is probably the best opportunity for the Miners, although they've left some runners on as well. Jacob was able to navigate the traffic, a couple of runners in the first inning. He left Carpenter at second in the second inning, a 1-2-3 third inning, and there were 2 on in scoring position last inning. So far he's been able to dodge the bullet. You got 2 on, nobody out here in the 5th. Pop up, foul territory. Ty got room. Can he get over there? And he runs out of room. Ball went into the stands. It's 0-1. Couple of fly balls to left field for Cooper Vest today. 0 for 2. 250 hitter on the year. He does have 12 RBI. That's second on the team. An 0-1 count with 2 on here in the 5th. Miners trying to get on the scoreboard. There goes the runner. Pop up. He's going to have to go back. And Mike Kelly in shallow center field makes the grab. And he'll rifle it home. So you got 1 out.
Fielder number 16, Alex Vergara.
Here's Alex Vergara. 240 on the year for the Miners. And again, you might see Nolan Tucker try to get over to second base. 2 for 2 on the steals for Tucker, so. Your leading base stealer is not in the lineup, Tomerlin, today. He's got 5. Thought about going and holds up. Fastball misses high, it's 1-0. Tucker at first, Caleb Hanna's at second, or I'm sorry, third, with 1 out. Boy, you'd love to get that double play ball right here. The 1-0. Pop up, left, right side of the field. Ty giving chase, and that's going to get into the bleachers. Actually got over the bleachers. Somebody's going to get a souvenir. You got about 6 kids scrambling for it. One of them comes out with a smile on his face. Well, infield pop-up would keep you out of trouble here, or a strikeout. Vergara has gotten hit by a pitch and flown out to right field. He's 0 for 1. Jacob Holtz, so far pitching a 2-hit shutout. Actually a 3-hit shutout. Keep looking at the scoreboard. Official scorekeeper is going to be on that insert on your broadcast. Evidently they're not communicating over there. Two-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner moving and no throw. So stolen base number 3 for Nolan Tucker on the summer. Second and third, still only one away. And this is a big opportunity for the Miners. The Nooks have left 10 on base, 7 in scoring position up to this inning. The Miners had left 5 on base and all of them in scoring position. The 2-1 pitch fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got Tristan Copeland ready to go down there in that bullpen. See how far Coach Cole wants to go with Jacob today. That ball's hammered. High, deep left field, but foul. Way out of here into the trees. Third base coach trying to influence umpires. And the umpire at third base pointed toward foul territory. That ball was way out of here. 322 down the left field line and the right field line. 345 in the gaps, 390 straight away. Here's the 2-2. That ball's hammered, center field. Mike Kelly not going to get this one, over his head. He was playing shallow. 2 runs are going to score, and Zagara headed for third. He's going to get there easily. A 2-run triple, and it's 2-1 Miners. Well, you did have Mike Kelly playing pretty shallow in center, and that ball got over his head, and that's going to be all for Jacob Holtz. Did a really nice job, only 4 hits, and kind of a pitching and defense type of ball game right now, and in comes Tristan Copeland. We'll be back with some numbers on Tristan. 2-1 Miners, back in a minute. All right, Tristan Copeland is a new pitcher for the Chinooks. And for Tristan, this will be appearance number 7 of the summer, all of them out of the bullpen. 3-1 with a 2.70 ERA. 13 1/3 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 12 walks. Tristan, 5'11", 175, a right-handed sophomore from Oklahoma Christian University. He is an Albuquerque, New Mexico native. Runner at third, only 1 out. Here's the cleanup hitter, Steven Lancia. And boy, I wouldn't pitch to this dude. I think you got to be very careful here.
Catcher,
Runner at third,
Lancia.
1 out. And I might put him on just to get the double play in order here. Breaking pitch misses low, ball 1. You might see 4 of those. See if he goes fishing after a bad pitch. Audie's going to have to work hard with the runner at third base here. Good breaking ball by Tristan Copeland. The 1-0. Ball high to right field. That's deep enough to score the run. And Braden ran out of time to catch that ball. He could not get over there in time. And if he had, it'd been another run. Way in foul territory. Again, so much foul territory in the corners of this field that most ballparks, that's over the fence in foul territory, but not here. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little surprised he got the fastball, but you got a 1-1 count and a runner at third. Corners are in, middle is back. The 1-1. And that's going to miss high. 2-1. Well, this is a situation where as a pitcher, the walk is not your enemy. This is their best hitter by a wide margin. Kind of jammed him and out of play to the right side. Ty gives chase but runs out of the room. 2-2. Now you can throw 2 really good off-speed pitches, some breaking balls, and see if you can get him to swing at something out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deep breath by Tristan. The pitch. There's one of them. Probably going to throw another one. Well, now you're bringing them all in. All 4 infielders are in. A full count on Steven Lancia. Noted earlier, 462 on the season. The pitch. Struck him out. And that was a high one. The first 2 breaking balls were in the dirt. That one started out at the letters and just dropped off the table right over the plate. Big strikeout there
now
for Tristan Copeland.
Left fielder, number 23.
And
Maddox Haley.
That's the first strikeout of the game for Chinook pitchers. Here's Maddox Haley. And it's a big out in the inning. Well, you'd love to leave Alex Vergara at third base. Maddox Haley 0 for 2. A grounder to short. Fly ball to second. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. So Tristan, his 7th appearance of the summer. Interesting that he's got 4 decisions as a kind of a middle reliever. Fastball misses. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-1 on the summer. He has thrown against the minors back on June 20th. That was a 2-0, or I'm sorry, that was a 5-3 win through 2 innings. Way inside, 3-0. In that game against the minors, gave up 1 hit, he walked 3, struck out 2 in facing 10 batters. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and he walked him. It's kind of interesting. First walk of the day for Tristan Copeland. 4 walks for Chinook pitching.
38. Caden
Here's
Carpenter.
right fielder Caden Carpenter. A walk and a pop-up to Ryan Matheson at third base. So Carpenter 0 for 1. Right on left matchup here. The pitch. Breaking pitch misses low. Caden Carpenter, 231 on the summer. Next pitch is going to miss high. 15 of 65 His 15 runs scored is second on the club. I'm sorry, 16 runs scored. That leads the club. The 2-0 from Tristan misses low, 3-0. Well as Tristan has thrown this summer, maybe a handful more walks than you'd like to see. He's been very effective of wiggling out of these types of situations. The 3-0. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks will load the bases.
Designated hitter, number
Now it's the
18,
DH.
Braden
Rogers.
Rogers.
Ground ball to third, a double to right. His double to right was kind of a bloop. So he's 1 for 2. Eighth batter of the inning for Matsu. Taking a 2-1 lead, but they have the bases full. So, boy, still a 1-run game. You'd like to keep it there. Tristan Copeland has the sign. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. Two runs on 4 hits now for Matsu. 1 run on 4 hits for the Nooks. Next pitch, that's way low. And he struck Lancia out, froze him on the breaking ball. Since then, it's been 2 consecutive walks, and I'm not sure he's had a strike. The 2-0, there's a strike, 2-1. Well, the good thing about the bases being loaded is you do have a force play at all 4 bases. So no matter where the ball's hit, if it stays in the infield, you got a shot at getting a short out. The 2-1 in there for a strike. It's 2-2. We're at the 7th position in the minor lineup. Braden Rogers, a 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases full of minors. They've come back to score 2 runs in this inning to take a 2-1 lead. Deep breath by Tristan. The kick, the pitch. Strike 3 called. Another breaking ball, and it was the same pitch he struck Lancia out on. And the minors will leave them loaded. 8 runners left on now for Matsu, but they do get 2 runs on 1, 2, 2 hits, 3 hits, excuse me. And we'll head to the 6th inning. Your new score from Palmer, Alaska, it's the Matsu Miners 2 and the Chinooks 1.
First number of this inning, 5-4.
First pitch to Braden Broom is in there for strike 1. 8-9-1 for the Chinooks. Ball's going to be short of the plate. 1-1. Braden got hit by a pitch. His first time up, flew out to left field back in the 4th inning. 1-1 pitch, hit on the ground to third. This is Hannah's. 1 out. Caleb Hanna, the third baseman, makes the play.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly, 1 for 1, 2 really good at bats. First one, he drew a walk. Second one, base hit up the middle. The left-on-left matchup with Ethan Like, the freshman from Murray State, back on the mound. Threw 8 pitches in his first inning of work. Relieving for starter Drew Christo. Christo ended up at 87 pitches. Grounded to short. Boy, you got to get rid of it. Barreras up with it. And he got rid of it in a hurry and got him. 2 ground ball outs for Ethan Like. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Austin Young.
Catcher number 12, Austin Young.
Austin Young, 308 in the last week for the Nooks. First pitch is in there, strike 1. In that stretch, 4 for 13. Just off the plate, counts even 1-1. We're in the top of inning number 6, 2-1 Miners. Good pitching, pretty good defense. On what is a pretty pleasant day here in Palmer. Clouds have cleared a bit here. Still mostly overcast. Here's the 1-2. This is high. I was going to pull up the. Now we're hanging right there at 61. So it's right where we started the ball game at. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ethan Like. For Ethan Like, that is his first strikeout of the ball game. That's going to be 6 strikeouts for Miner pitching. A 0 on the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 2-1 Miners. All right, I'm not sure I gave the shout out to Alyssa
Leading
Zane.
off for the Miners in the bottom of the
Huntington
6th. Let's hear
Beach,
it from
California,
folks
rooting for the Nooks.
shortstop,
If I haven't, I'll do it
Emilio
again.
Barrera.
Thanks for checking in. For the Miners, the only batter that didn't come to the plate in the 5th inning was the shortstop, Emilio Barreras. He'll lead it off. Pop up to second, a fly ball to center. He's 0 for 2. Tristan Copeland back on the mound. First pitch swinging, pop up, shallow left field. And that's going to drift foul. Well, off the bat. You know, when you watch these players on these pop-ups, and it was just true for Mike Kelly on that ball that got over his head that really was the big hit in this game for the Miners. It's like they're on a treadmill. They're trying to run through this really thick grass, and they just can't make up any, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tristan Copeland. The pitch. Line drive into center, base hit. So leadoff single for Barreras. That's his first hit of the day. And with 1 on, nobody out, the 9-hitter, Caleb Hannas, will step in. He doubled to lead off the 5th inning.
Caleb Hannas.
He hit the ball shallow center field, and Mike Kelly could not get there. Ended up scoring on the triple by Vergara. 1 for 2 is Hannas, as Copeland will snap a pickoff over to tie back. Deep breath for Copeland. First pitch, pop up center, playable for Kelly. And he'll snag that one for out number 1. Well, Mike Kelly, one of the few outfielders this summer that consistently uses 2 hands when he catches the ball. So I appreciate that as an outfielder and as a coach. Going to end up throwing the ball every time you catch it. Unless it's the last out of Game 7 of the World Series, you're going to have to probably make a throw to somebody as quick as you can. So, big advocate of using 2 hands till you're in the big leagues, and even when you're in the big leagues. Fastball in there, strike 1. This is the leadoff hitter, Nolan Tucker, for the 4th time. Tucker 1 for 3 today. Boy, kind of late making a decision to swing at that ball. No balls and 2 strikes. Tucker 167 in the last 7 days. 2 for 12. Kind of a nice feature on the ABL website. They will give you what the player's batting over the last week. Pop up left side, that's going to get out of play. 2 runs on 5 hits for Matsu, 1 run on 4 hits for the Nooks. Chugiak has committed 1 error today. And that was on a steal back in the 1st inning. Just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tristan Copeland now 26 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Runner moving, throw down to second. Pretty good pitch there. Don't think it was called a strike. He's out at second. I don't know where that pitch was pretty good. Called a ball. Audie had to jump up to make the catch. And I don't know. Could have been a strike him out, throw him out right there, but the ball was called a ball. So now you got 2 outs in the inning, nobody aboard, and Tucker with a 2-2 count. Deep breath, the pitch. Missed inside. Full count. Tristan Copeland trying to keep things right where they're at. A 1-run game here in the bottom of the 6th. Line drive foul. It's going to be into the crowd down the left side. got 2 birthdays on the Chinooks today. One is Kevin Duran and Quinn Bezina, our photographer. She's down there in the dugout taking photos. Happy birthday to both of them. Swing and a miss, got him. And let's see here. That'll be 3 strikeouts for Tristan. And it's a 1-2-3, 6th inning.
Sponsored by Kendall Auto Group.
Score remains 2-1 Miners for the Nooks in the 7th. 2, 3, and 4. Leo, Callahan, Wilhoit. All right, we're out in the outfield here, and we got discipler Eric Nodal. And Eric, tell our fans a little bit about yourself, your family, where you're from, and how you end up coming here being our discipler.
All right, so I am on staff with Athletes in Action full-time. That's my job. I'm at Ball State University, which is in Muncie, Indiana. I met my wife on a mission trip in Albania back in 1993-94. We were there for a whole year doing ministry with college students in Tirana, Albania. And I fell in love with her. She fell in love with me.
That's good.
Which is a good thing. And we're still in love with each other. But now we have 4 kids. Most of them are college age or out of college. And my daughter Danielle is going into her junior year in high school.
Okay.
So I got here because we have a preference form that Athletes in Action asked us to fill out for things to do, and I said
Alaska was on the list.
I said baseball was
Yes.
something that I'd like to do, and lo and behold, they assigned me here, and so I'm here for about 16 days, and I get to lead these guys in their spiritual development for that time, and it's been a great time. These guys, this is a special group of guys, I'm telling you, and you know because you've been around them, but it's been a joy, honestly, because when I'm up there like teaching or talking, and those guys are just eyes wide open and taking it in and asking good questions and giving good answers to questions and stuff. So
well, thanks for
I've
coming
loved
up. One, it's an amazing thing to come to Alaska, but to give that much time away from your family is pretty cool. And I appreciate it as one of the leaders of the club, is pouring into these guys. And I'm a life that was changed 40 years ago by a guy like you. So thank you for what you're doing for these guys. Like you said, they're locked in, and that's cool. It's amazing what God can do in a situation like this where we're in a bubble for 2 months, and guys like you come up for a couple of weeks, pour God's word into their hearts, walk them through and wrestle with some of those tough questions that they might have. So what's your impression of being here in Alaska? I don't think you've ever been here before. Is that true? No, you were here before. So talk about your time here before.
Okay, so when this team used to be called the Fire, and they were located, they shared a stadium with the Gold Panthers up in Fairbanks. And so I came in, I think it was the summer of 2005, and I was here only for about 10 days, but I got to see games up there, and then we traveled down, and they would get homestay families for us in Anchorage.
Okay.
So I, lived in 2 different places when I was
here. So
second
go-around, what's the second impression?
Well, I'll tell you this. I've been on several different teams with Athletes in Action in different leagues doing the same thing, and I really like the support that this team has.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only been to 1 home game. It's weird, the luck of the draw.
Right.
I'll only be able to be at 2 home games, but the one that I went to last Monday was really cool, and then we got to do the parade on the 4th of July.
Yep.
And that was really a blast. I'd never been in a parade before, but when we were going past, there were people wearing Chinooks gear, and they were, especially near the end, there's a bunch of people, and they were cheering for us, and they all knew us, and the community really gets behind Eagle River and Chugiak. So
well, we're gonna have to move just a little bit here so we don't get run over by the cage, but you're right. We the ABL in general has great support. We're at Palmer today. Matsu, the Minos will have a good crowd here today. We have an amazing, supportive and loving crowd at Chugiak, and they came out in full force during the 4th of July parade, and there'll be a bunch of them at the Bear Paw parade. I think you're going to be gone by then. So,
yeah.
But either way, I'm glad you got to experience that, because it is, we try to give back to the community as much as we can. This next week will be our guys. I'll split them up into 4 groups, and they'll go work some kids camps at the Alaska Club. The Alaska Club gives us so much. I don't know if you got to get over there yet, but it's an amazing fitness center, and these guys are there almost every day. And we work out a kind of a trade-out agreement with them. And so we try to give back to the community as much as they give to us, but I don't know if we ever get close to that. But other thoughts about Alaska and just your time here?
Yeah, I was just talking with the guy who's going to be our starting pitcher today, and he had pitched or played in the States in the lower 48, and he was just saying, you know, it's good, but you don't have the mountains. And so, I mean,
Right.
my thought is just it can never get old to see those beautiful mountains in God's creation. And it's a little bit interesting with the whole daylight thing, you know, going to bed when it's light and waking up when it's light. But other than that, it's been pretty cool.
Well, again,
they got some massive mosquitoes that I started to
we've had a few buzzing them around here while we're interviewing.
Experience here too.
I've been coming up 11 years, and I concur 100%. Every time I come up, it's kind of jaw-dropping as you even the drive out to Palmer is an amazing, beautiful drive. The drive to Kenai is also that way, and so you can't look around and not understand and acknowledge that God created this beautiful this earth for us to enjoy. And so thanks for bringing God to the table to these guys. You're teaching them things they'll never forget. We're in an environment that changes hearts, and you're a big part of that. So Eric, thanks for coming up. Really have enjoyed getting to hear your teaching. Look forward to a couple more days of that, I guess, before you head out. But thanks for taking time to talk to us today.
And I want to tell you, this guy, too, he's been really great during the discipleship times. He has a lot of knowledge about God's Word, and he's helped me. So I appreciate your help.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
All right.
All right, we're out in the outfield here. All right, that was Eric Nodal, and a little longer than his interview was long, and the inning was short. A 1-2-3 7th inning for the Chinooks. A leadoff ground ball by Leo. Callie drew a walk, and then a double play ball off the bat of Blake Wilhoit. Kind of a bang-bang play at first base. A 0 on the board, and now for the Miners, it's 2, 3, and 4 for them. First pitch swinging is Cooper Vest, strike 1. Tristan Copeland back on the mound. That was pitch number 20 for Tristan. As hope you got to stretch it out at the house. 7th inning stretch time, 2-1, a good ball game. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to first, that's going to go foul. Colonel Ted thought the play at first was a safe call, and Mr. Umpire said nope, throw beat him. So it was a banger for sure. Probably can run back your little YouTube slider and see if you think it was an out call. 0-2 to Cooper Vest. The pitch. Slapped foul, left field corner. We'll do it again. The Miners 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. The Chinooks 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. It's an 0-2 count on 2-hitter Cooper Vest. The kick, the pitch, that's drilled up the middle. Pretty good at bat right there by Cooper Vest. Fouled off some tough pitches, got one he could handle, and knocked it up the middle for his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 4 now. Now it's Alex Vergara, the 3-hitter. Getting to the meat of this lineup. Vergara has the big hit in this game.
Number 16, center
A
fielder,
2-run triple.
Alex Vergara.
Drove in both Miner runs his last time up in the 5th inning. He got hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, flew out to right to end the 3rd inning. Vergara, just a 133 average in the last week, 2 for 15. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. Trying to keep Cooper Vest close. Well, you got a left-hander down in that bullpen. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, Audie just got drilled on the head with that backswing. That happened earlier this summer. And boy, you have to keep an eye on that. The problem with that, if he has to come out, you got your other catcher as a DH. And umpire's going to make sure he's all right. Probably should have a trainer peek at that too. There's Noah Tincher down there. No, well, it's Gage Webster. That's who it is. Gage Webster now with the club. He hasn't been with us for a couple of weeks. Actually just suited up, so. Next pitch is in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, the left-hander is Gage Webster, 6'4", 210 from Vanguard. So he has not thrown yet in ABL play. Just joined the club a couple days ago. He is from Anchorage. Oh, I thought he went. Pretty close right there. Could have been strike 3. Nobody out, runner at first. Cooper Vest knocked one up the middle. And now Vergara with a 2-2 count. Dangerous Steven Lancia waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. That ball's hammered into the left field corner. That might score a run. You're going to get the ball in. It's going to be a play at the plate if you can get rid of it. Here's the throw, not in time. It's a RBI double for Vergara. He's driven in all 3 minor runs. He'll go to third on the throw. And back-to-back hits here have given the Miners a 2-run lead. Well, you thought you might have a chance when Callahan picked that ball up. But by the time it got to Tommy Rover, Tommy spun and made a throw and no shot to get the runner. Runner at third, now you have to bring your infield in, and it's Lancia. Boy, I'd think about just putting this guy on. Although Tristan struck him out last time, that foul ball is right back. Oh, what happened? Not sure how that image got on there. Apologize for that. I have no idea how that happened, so I apologize for that. I'm calling the game here. Just realized that was up there, so did not touch the mouse, so can't tell you how that got on the screen. But either way, a 3-1 game. It's a 1-1 count on Steven Lancia. Big spot in this ball game right here. Breaking ball misses low. You're not going to be hurt at all by walking this guy. Lancia has walked twice and struck out looking. It's a 2-1 count. He's going to take a rip at something he likes right here. The pitch. He does get one he likes. Fly ball center field. Kelly over to the gap, and now it's going to be Broom, and you got a collision. And boy, I don't know who caught it. And the run comes home. It's 4-1 as I don't know who ended up catching that ball. So I think Mike Kelly, well, it may have been Braden. I'm going to give it to Braden. Not sure it matters.
Now batting left field.
It's going to be a sac fly for Lancia.
Haley.
And it's 4-1. And 1 out in the inning will bring up Maddox Haley. Haley 0 for 2. Walked his last time up. Well, that could have been disastrous, as Mike Kelly had a long way to run over to the right field side of the field. Braden Broom was kind of coming in on cruise control, and there was no communication. And generally the rule is if the center fielder calls it, he gets it. And evidently neither of them said anything, and they almost, well, they didn't almost, they collided. Somehow Braden held on to the baseball. And it was an easy run for Vergara as both those guys were crumpled together on the ground. I thought Mike Kelly might have been injured. He popped up and he's back in center. 0-2 the count. And boy, that goes to the screen. And it's going to be a strikeout, but a wild pitch. And Haley will reach. That ball was a breaking ball that hit way out in front of the plate.
Number 38. Right
Haley,
field.
it wasn't close.
Caden Carpenter.
And so much so that it hopped over Audie to the screen. So you got 2 runs in. Now you got another runner on base with only 1 out for Caden Carpenter. Couple of walks and a pop-up. It's 0 for 1. Line drive, right field. Braden on the run. Can't make the play. It gets by to him. It's all the way to the wall. And it's going to be another double. Now you're going to run it home. The throw to the plate. Now you got 2 guys at third. And Austin is just going to run the runner back to third base. You had an out there if you wanted it. You don't work on these rundown situations with these guys, so it's kind of hard to communicate who needs to go where and how it needs to play out. So Chinooks should have got an out right there, and they didn't get one. The Miners had 2 runners at third base. Carpenter ran right down the neck of Maddox Haley. And he was able to go all the way back to second base. And Haley ends up at third. He was halfway home. Audie ran him back, and for whatever reason did not flip that ball to Ryan Matheson. Pretty good swing right there, fouled straight back. And the Miners smell blood in the water right here. They've scored 2 in this inning in what was a 2-1 game. And boy, a base hit here is going to really open things up. This is Braden Rogers, 1 for 3, a double back in the 4th inning. The 0-1. And good block there by Austin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, Braden Rogers in the last week, 3 for 4. It's a 750 average. The 1-1. Misses high. 2-1. Nope. You're at the 7 position in this minor lineup. Barreras waits on deck. 1 for 3 today. Deep breath, the 2-1. Missed outside, 3-1. Well, you've had Gage Webster ready, and just a matter of how long you want to go with Tristan here. It's really tough to bring the first-time left-hander into the game with the bases loaded, but that's maybe what you're ending up doing here. 3-1 pitch, popped out of play, and it's 3-2. Four runs on 8 hits now for the Miners. 1 run on 4 hits for the Chinooks. It's a full count on 7-hitter, designated hitter Braden Rogers. Here's the payoff. Strike 3 called. Fastball froze him. He was looking breaking ball, and he got the fastball. Just all he could do was watch it. 4 punch outs for Tristan Copeland. And that's a big one. 2 outs. And now it is Emilio Barreras at the plate for the Miners.
Now batting number 1, shortstop, Emilio Barreras.
Well, obviously you'd like to limit the damage here. The Miners have had 2 2-run innings. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. You'd You'd like to keep it that way right here if you can. Tristan, the deep breath. The pitch up the middle, base hit. That's going to be 2 runs. Kelly's going to field and throw to the plate, but it will not be in time. 6-1 Miners. Two RBI single with 2 outs by the 8-hitter Emilio Barreras. And that one hurts. And that'll be all for Tristan Copeland. Back in a minute, we'll let you know some information on the big lefty, Gage Webster. All right, the new pitcher is Gage Webster. 6'4", 210 out of Vanguard University. First appearance of the summer in the ABL. He's been on the roster from day one. Just hasn't had the availability until recently. Just joined the club a couple of days ago. And this will be Gage's first appearance in an ABL game. He is a native of Anchorage, Alaska, sophomore at Vanguard University.
University. Let's hear it for Alaskan, Gage Webster.
So Gage Webster will take over for Tristan Copeland. Tristan ends up throwing 55 pitches.
Now batting for the Miners, third baseman, number 7.
He'll leave a runner at first base. Here's Caleb Hannas. Hanna's a double and a run scored today. He's 1 for 3. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. 6'4" and 210. Big left-hander. Breaking pitch misses low. Good job by Austin Young there. Scrambling to keep that ball right at home plate. Sun trying to make an appearance here for the first time during the game. 6-1 Miners, a 4-run 7th. And there's a pass ball. Ball's going to get through the glove of Austin Young back to the screen. Well, you really can't afford to give up any more here. It's been a low-scoring game until now. And the Miners, this is their 8th batter of the inning. Caleb Hannas. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gage Webster trying to finish up this 7th inning and get the Nooks back in the dugout. Deep breath for the big lefty. The pitch. And chased the ball up and fouls it out of play. Next pitch. The ball's into left field. Base hit. Runner's going to be sent home. Callie's up with it. He's going to throw it, and it will not be in time. 7-1 Miners. The bats have come alive for the Miners here in the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in this inning. And the 9th batter of the inning is the leadoff hitter, Nolan Tucker.
Number 3, Nolan Tucker.
Nolan Tucker's 1 for 4. First pitch is high, ball 1. Tell you what, Gage almost balked there. You got to come to that discernible pause. He moved awful quick to the plate once he came set. Pretty good pitch there, called the ball. 2-0. Well, just a bit outside, not by much. Pretty good spot there. It's been right around the dish in this at bat. Hasn't gotten any of these calls. 2 outs, 1 aboard. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. A crooked number for the Miners. Here's a strike. And the sun coming out. Boy, it's good to see that. Been a while. Had a cold, rainy week here in the Anchorage area. Palmer about 45, 50 minutes from the Anchorage area, and probably about 20 minutes from Chugiak, and there's a walk. So, first walk for Gage, 4th walk for Chinook pitching. The 10th batter of the inning is Cooper Vest. He led the inning off with a single to center. And he'll get his 2nd at bat in the inning. 5th plate appearance of the ball game. He's 1 for 4. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, I'm not sure what happened to our line score. That's not updating. So we'll have to see about that. Having trouble with the live stats. There's a chopper foul. They might be having trouble with the live stats because they still have a 2-1 game. They haven't entered any of the numbers on that live stat. 7 runs, unofficially 9 hits. That's what the board has. They've been off a little bit today. There's been a couple of plays that were borderline hit error type of calls, so I'm not sure the scorekeepers are just keeping tabs with the scoreboard operator. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice job by Audie to catch it and throw out the runners. Final out of the inning. First strikeout for Gage Webster. 5 strikeouts for Chinook pitching. However, the Miners, they put 5 on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning. Your new score from Palmer is now Matsu 7 and Chugiak 1.
By buying 50-50.
Well, there goes the Colonel down to the first base coach's box. So happy he's unied up tonight.
Hitting up for the
Uniform
Chinooks,
on,
third
and
baseman number 15,
it must be very
Ryan
pleasant down
Matheson.
at field level, as he's got no sleeves on. Did throw batting practice, so maybe still lathered up from that. Coach Cole, on the other hand, has gone to the big jacket. Coaching third base. Been told he's got the Chris Beck gene in him in terms of outerwear during the ball game. Ryan Matheson to lead it off. The 0-1 pitch misses. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ethan Lyke back on the mound. He came on in the 5th inning. He'll continue here in the top of the 8th. Ryan Matheson 0 for 1 officially. That ball's fouled down the right field corner, just a couple of feet foul. And the count will go 1-2. Matheson grounded out to short, laid down a sacrifice bunt, and got hit by a pitch. So just a 1 official at bat today. Swing and a miss. Got him. Boy, the high fastball. And strikeout number 2 for Ethan Lyke. That's 7 strikeouts now for minor pitching. And now it's Tommy Rover. Walk, a sac fly,
Batting shortstop number 6, Tommy
and a bunt
Rover.
sacrifice. So does not have an official at bat. He has driven one in today. First pitch is high, ball 1. Well, Ethan Lyke had to sit there a long time. He watched 10 of his teammates come to the plate, put up a 5 spot on the board, give him a nice 6-run cushion as we play on here in the top of the 8th inning. Ground ball up the middle. This is Nolan Tucker, 2 outs. That'll bring up
First
Ty
baseman
Beck.
number 23, Ty Beck.
Ty, a couple of strikeouts last time, lined into a double play. And boy, that ends up being kind of a big play. Instead of getting by Cooper Vest at first base and into the corner, and at that point would have scored 2 runs. It was a line out double play. Check swing. And they're not going to check it. Blake Wilhoit got caught off third base. The 2-0 pitch misses low, 3-0. Left on left matchup with the freshman from Murray State and Evansville, Indiana native Ethan Lyke. Got the first 2 outs quickly. Now he's gone 3-0 on Ty Beck. The pitch in there for a strike. Well, now they got it caught up. 7 runs on 10 hits for the Miners. 1 run on 4 hits for the Chinooks. Grounder to second. This will be Tucker again. And it's a 1-2-3 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th here in Palmer, Alaska. It's the Matsu Miners 7 and the Chinooks 1.
All right, folks, enjoy the game tonight.
Alex Figueroa will lead it off for the Miners. Doubled to left his last time up. First pitch is in there, strike one. Hit by pitch his first time up, flew out to right. 2-run triple and a 1-run double. Got 3 RBIs, 2 extra base hits. 2 for 3 on the day. Nice pitch there. Tell you what, Gage, looks like he's settling in here. Likes to go from the stretch. Ball's off the plate. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 7-1 Miners. It was a 2-1 game until the 7th inning, and the Miners score 5 runs on 6 hits. Just a bit high, not by much. Two balls and 2 strikes. Alex Figueroa, the 3-hitter in the Miner lineup. 2, 3, and 4 here in the 8th. Swing and a miss, got him. Back-to-back strikeouts. Actually, that's the leadoff hitter, so they went around, they batted around here.
Now batting
Last
for the
thing, I'm
Miners,
looking at my
number
score
27,
sheet trying to make sense of it.
catcher, Steven Lancia.
That is back-to-back strikeouts for Gage Webster. Now it's Steven Lancia. Fly ball to right field. That's the one we had the collision on his last time up, and he pumps a fastball by the cleanup hitter for strike one. Lancia does have an RBI. Officially, he's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and hit a sacrifice fly. Oh, quickly 0 and 2. Ground ball, third base. Matheson up with it. 2 outs. I'll tell you what, so far, you like what you're seeing out of Gage Webster. Big lefty.
Now batting for the
Little
Miners,
velocity
left fielder, number 23, Maddox Haley.
Done a nice job since coming in. Couple of strikeouts and a ground ball. Now it's the 5-hitter, Maddox Haley. Haley 0 for 3. Does have a walk today. Takes a big rip at that. Just gets a piece of it for strike one. Next pitch, high pop-up, playable in center for Mike Kelly. And a really nice inning there by Gage Webster. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. The Nooks, a lot of work to do as they come up in the 9th inning. It's 8, 9, and 1 for the Nooks. They're down by 6. Braden Broom will lead it off for the Chinooks here in the 9th inning. First pitch swing and grounder is short. This is Barreras. 1 pitch, 1 out. And here's the 9-hitter, Mike Kelly. Ethan Like has come on and done a nice job. And he would be in line for the win. Line drive into left, base hit. So Mike Kelly, nice piece of hitting right there. Kind of a soft liner, kind of a flare into left.
Now batting catcher number 12, Austin Young.
Back to top you go, Austin Young. First pitch to Audie off the plate. Fastball catches the corner. Next pitch just misses low. Yeah, best I can tell, Like would be in line for the win. And it would be Jacob Hulse taking the loss if this result holds. Chinooks got it. 2 outs to deal with here. And a 1-2 count on Austin Young. Ethan Like, the set, the pitch. Fouls it straight back. Do it again. 47 pitches right now for the freshman from Murray State. He's done a nice job in relief. He came on in the 5th inning. And has done nothing but put up zeros. Two balls, 2 strikes to Austin Young. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, this could do it. 6, 4, 3. Ball game.
Hey, how about those Miners?
Austin Young grounds into an inning-ending double play, a game-ending on double play. And the Nooks will drop this one by a score of 7-1.
Matsu Miners win at the ballpark. Sponsored by Alaska.
Let's go back and wrap this one up and get you on your way, let you know what's next for both clubs. Scoring started by the Nooks in the 3rd inning. A leadoff single by Callahan, a walk to Wilhoit, a sacrifice by Matheson moved the runners to 2nd and 3rd, and then a sac fly by Tommy Rover. And boy, that was the only offense for half of this game. It was 1-0 Nooks until the 5th inning. And in the 5th inning, the big blow was a 2-run triple by center fielder Alex Vergara. And it was a 2-1 game. It stayed 2-1 until the 7th, and that's when the Miner Bats would erupt. They would score 5 runs on 6 hits in that inning. And again, kind of led by Alex Vergara. He had an RBI double in that inning. Sac fly by Lancia. 2-run single by Barreras. And an RBI single by Caleb Hannes. And so that would be all that the Miners would need. Tell you what, star of the game in my mind, Ethan Like really does a nice job out of the bullpen. Coming on and earning his 2nd victory of the year. He's 2-0 now. The win will take the Miners' record to 13-10. And we'll give you the box score numbers here in a moment. Unofficially, I think the loser is going to be Jacob Hulse, as his runs were the ones that put the Miners ahead for good. And so he'll drop to 0-2 on the young season. And the loss will take the Nooks' overall record now to 9-12. And not a lot of time to lick your wounds, as you got a doubleheader tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go back and look at the box scores. and give you some numbers from this one. As the Nooks drop a ball game by a score of 7-1. Let's pull this up real quick and try to get you on your way. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, on the Miners side of things, on the box score, you had 3 guys with multi-hits. Vergara was 2 for 4, a run scored. He drove in 3. He's probably your offensive star of the game for the Miners. And 2 of those 2 hits were a triple and a double. So he's your offensive star. Barreras also was a 2 for 4 hitter today with a couple RBIs. And in that 9-hole, Hannes goes 2 for 4 with a run scored for the Miners. So, boy, on the pitching side of it for the Miners, Cristo goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He struck out 5 and walked 5. Then it was Ethan Like for 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1, struck out 2. And he'll earn his 2nd win of the year, and he's your pitching star of the game, as he does nothing but put up zeros for 5 innings for the Miners. The Chinooks, on their box score, well, you had 1 multi-hit player today, and it was Mike Kelly in that 9 spot, 2 for 3. Austin Young, 1 for 5 today. Leo was 1 for 3 today. Callie in the 3 spot, 1 for 2 with a run scored. And Tommy Rover did have an RBI. That was about it. So really nice job by relief pitcher Ethan Like in limiting the offense. And actually, it was only a 1-0 game when he came in. So for half this game, it was more than half. We went to the 7th inning. At the bottom of the 7th, it was a 2-1 game. And so a 5-run 7th inning was really the difference in this game. And so that'll wrap things up here from Palmer, Alaska on a Saturday afternoon. As there's a gathering out in front of the plate here. I'm not exactly sure what this is about, but both teams have gathered around the home plate umpire, Brad Polk. So not exactly sure what's happening down there, but hopefully I'm sure it's a positive thing going on. Trying to wrap this one up. What's next for the 2 clubs? Well, if the Miners will host the Peninsula Oilers tomorrow, right here at Herman Brothers Field, as that will be. Let's see here. That'll be a 2 o'clock start right here at Herman Brothers. So they host the Oilers tomorrow, and then they'll have Monday off, and they'll be back at Chugiak to play the Chinooks on Tuesday. Actually, we come back here, excuse me. So that's what's next for the Miners, hosting the Oilers tomorrow and an off day on Monday, and then the Chinooks will come right back here to Herman Brothers on Tuesday of next week. Well, we know what's next for the Chinooks, as the Nooks will go down to Mulcahy tomorrow, a 2 o'clock doubleheader against the Pilots. They were supposed to play a game on Thursday of last week. It got rained out. So tomorrow will be doubleheader day. And Sundays have been good to the Nooks this year. They are 4-0 on Sunday afternoons. All of those wins have been against the Pilots. So got to have a good feeling going into tomorrow. But for today, it's a 7-1 loss here in Palmer against the Miners. So I do appreciate all the live chats, and apologize for that image coming up on the screen there for a little while. But thanks for letting me know about that. Thanks to all the folks that gave me those pregame interviews or the in-game interviews. And so that'll wrap things up from Palmer, Alaska on a Saturday afternoon, as the Chinooks drop one to the Miners by a score of 7-1. Thanks for all the live chat. Thanks for watching. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. Until tomorrow at 1:45 Alaska time, this is Dr. John Gross signing off from Palmer. So long, everybody.